Burnout doesn't always look obvious, and it doesn't always look like a collapse. Sometimes it looks like sitting at your computer, knowing exactly what you need to do, but your body just won't move. Hey, it's Aubrey, and today I want to talk about the kind of burnout that doesn't get enough attention. The kind that looks like you're holding it together, but inside, you're fading quietly. I didn't even know what to call it at the time. I just knew something felt off. Now I know it was functional freeze. Burnout isn't always dramatic. It's not always tears in the bathroom or screaming into your pillow. Sometimes it's staring blankly at your screen for hours, knowing what you should do, what you need to do, but feeling like you physically can't. Sometimes it's smiling on the outside while inside you've completely shut down. When people say burnout, they usually mean exhaustion, but for me, burnout made me disappear. In my last months at work, I looked calm, capable, and like I was doing fine. I was still being praised, I was still being awarded, but on the inside, I was gone. Not running, not fighting, not resting, just stuck. It was like my body was still clocking in, but my head had left the building. I'd take calls, I would answer emails, I was coaching others through their stress, while my brain screamed for relief. Small tasks felt huge, even responding to text messages or to private messages from my team felt too hard. I was always the type that hated notifications on my phone, especially like messages. I would need to make sure all of my messages and my emails were read so they didn't show a little notification. During this time, it was so difficult to respond to anyone that my unread text count got up to almost 100. My heart would race. I felt like I was bracing for something bad, constantly, but I didn't know what that was. And the second my eyes opened in the morning, I'd already be overwhelmed. Tears, panic, dread, especially on Sundays. I used to love Sundays. They were my lazy days, the days that I could do whatever I wanted. But they changed. Sunday meant Monday was coming, and Monday meant putting the mask back on. I was always the strong one, the safe space, the one people leaned on. Even as a child, I was always that person, and I liked being that person. I liked being the one that others could come to, or the person that was always there for someone. But no one saw what it costed me. They didn't see how exhausted I was, carrying everyone else's weight while ignoring my own. There was this low, constant panic humming in my body, draining every ounce of energy I had. And the scariest part, I got used to it. I accepted it. I thought, this is just what life is now. Burnout became background noise. Work gave us surface level mental health tips: take a break, breathe, go outside. They talked about burnout, but they didn't really talk about burnout. They made it seem like it was something that a weekend off would fix. I thought a weekend off would fix it, but the truth? Burnout hollowed me. It made me feel like it broke me. And no one, not even myself, recognized the shell I had become. I told my boss that I was overwhelmed. I was working 60 to 70 hours a week. I was available for my team at all hours of the day. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to juggle it all anymore. And the response that I got from my boss was more pressure. and more expectations. Because I was strong, right? I could handle it. I was always that person who went above and beyond, who did whatever she could to be a model employee. I thought I could handle it, except I couldn't. I was breaking, and I didn't even know how to explain it because I didn't understand it myself. Now I know this wasn't just burnout, it was emotional shutdown, it was functional freeze. It's real and it's common, but it's barely talked about because it's quiet, invisible, and high performers are great at hiding that pain. Now, here's what I want everyone to know: burnout isn't always loud. It can look like high achievement. It can sound like, "You're so strong." It can feel like slowly losing yourself, one task at a time. But hear me when I say, your worth is not your output. Your value is not your resilience. You don't have to collapse to justify rest. You don't have to explain why you're tired. You're allowed to be seen, even in your numbness. Functional freeze is a scary thing because it's something that is not fully understood, at least from my perspective. I felt myself growing more numb with each passing day. I felt myself shutting down. I felt myself just losing it. But I didn't understand it. I did not understand what was going on, and I didn't understand how to fix it. I ended up quitting my job because the freeze, the numbness just got so severe that I could not do anything. I would sit at my computer for 8 hours and I would just stare at the screen. I would only accomplish small tasks just so it looked like I wasn't just sitting there all day, but I could not handle it. One thing that ended up helping me was journaling, was being very honest with how I was feeling. And by doing that, it helped me understand what I was going through. So, if any of this sounds like you, I want to offer you two simple journaling questions. Grab a notebook or your notes app and let this be a place to be honest without judgment. Some things to ask: where in my life am I functioning but not really okay? Meaning, where in your life are you going through the process but feel like you're not actually alive, or you're just going through the motions? Also, what's one thing you wish someone would notice about you right now? Don't judge yourself for whatever thought comes up first. Just write freely and without filters. Write it out, let it pour. Sometimes healing starts with just telling the truth, even to yourself. And if you ever want to share your truth with someone who gets it, I'm here. You can email me at any time. I read every message. Until the next time, be gentle with yourself. Even when you're frozen, you are not broken. You are surviving something most people never even name. You